Thank you for having us.
Good morning. And thank you for coming, and thank you for completing those questionnaires. I know it's a struggle. They're very useful to us and to anybody that wants to see them online, so on TCPalm. All right, first question. I'm going to go alphabetically, so Ms. Henderson, you're first. Tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, any particular accomplishments or service on committees and that sort of thing. And last of all, please leave this to the end. What's your proudest moment? And it may have nothing to do with work or whatever. So.
Okay. Well, good morning, everybody, and thank you for this invitation today. And it's great seeing you again, Franny. My name is Helen Henderson, and I'm your Democratic candidate for St. Lucie County Commission District 4. I am an educator, I'm a criminal justice professional, I'm a mother, and I'm a first-generation American. I'll tell you a little bit about my current employment. I am the Criminal Justice and Homeland Security Chair for Kaiser University. I've been doing that for the last 12 years, and I'm also a criminal justice professional. I've been in the field, working in the criminal justice field. I used to be a United States probation officer, United States probation officer, in addition to some other opportunities in the criminal justice field. Like I said, I'm a mother of twin boys, 9 years old, proud mom of twin boys, 9 years old, and as I mentioned, I am first generation American. My parents came to this country about 50 years ago in search of the American dream. I was born and raised in New York. The St. Lucie County has been my home for the last 15 years. I decided to run for St. Lucie County Commission District 4 because I believe that I can bridge gaps between community members, agencies, and St. Lucie County representatives. I believe that the diversity in our county should be reflected on our commission. As you know, if elected, I will be the only person of color on the county commission and the first Black woman ever elected St. Lucie County Commission. Thank you.
Ms. Hutchinson, Mrs. Hutchinson.
Could I have you please repeat the question in its entirety?
Tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, accomplishments, and so on, and what's your proudest moment?
All right, thank you. I'm Franny Hutchinson, and I thank you for having us here today. This is not my first go-around in front of you all. As many of you know, I've had the honor and the privilege of having represented St. Lucie County residents in 2010 to present. And during that time frame, I am just
Speak a little louder, sorry. If you just speak louder.
Okay. I've been very proud of the things that we've accomplished in the past 8 years, such as dropping the unemployment rate from almost 15% in 2010 down to the low 4.5 percentage. I'm also proud of the fact that the investment and the focus has been on not only economic stability within the county's own budget and the accountability of it, but also within our investments within the residents and the infrastructure, along with our port and airport property. Those are two jewels that we think that will be a huge increase to employment opportunities, along with building the future for this county. A little bit about myself. I was born and raised in St. Lucie County, and like many of us, it is my home, and I chose to remain here, raise our 5 children here, and I'm happily surprised that some of my grandchildren are still here and not scattered throughout the country as they were. A little bit as far as accomplishments, I think Anthony, you had mentioned, there's 2 of them really. One I will use as a county commissioner, and I think that was in being able to bring the community together as a whole and fight for and finally get awarded the Artie Arquipus Veteran State Home here. That was a community-wide effort of putting together a complete team of residents, businesses, veterans, state and federal delegation members, and bringing something that was sorely needed not just for our veterans, but also from an employment standpoint. And it was the number 7 in the state, and we were against a lot of competition. So at that spirit I had as a county commissioner. As for Amy Hutchinson, my greatest accomplishments have been my 5 children. Watching them grow up and finding out that Robbie and I did a darn good job raising them. They've turned out to be good kids, and I'm watching this pass that out to our kids.
Thank you. I had a feeling you'd say that.
You know me too.
I was asking myself on the way into work, what would I say? And that will be one of the things I would say too. Franny, we'll stay with you. If elected, re-elected in your case, what would your top 3 priorities and issues be?
I think the question I noticed I had put down there, all the issues are important, but if you're going to pin me down to the top 3, I think it will be the decisions made in regards to the development, future development with the Portland Airport, as I just mentioned again that earlier. That is what I see as a huge economic tool and a jewel that for many years, the county has waited for it to become what it needs to be. And I think we're right on the doorway and the cusp of having that happen. Second one is to continue the work that we've done in regards to the cleanup of our water within our own water basin. I know there's a lot of focus, as you all are well aware, of the Indian River Lagoon. And in Martin County, that is a much more dominant source with Lake Okeechobee. St. Lucie County doesn't actually get discharges from the lake itself, but we do feed into those discharges through the C-23, 24, and 25 canals. So the board has felt not only do we help our fellow counties in their things of going to the federal and state government, and we promote for those, but it's just as important now to clean up the water basins within our own areas because of the effect that it has. So those, Tenlock Creek was something we worked and finally became successful with, that reservoir, and we are presently working with our federal and state government on the C-23, 24 reservoirs that has just now gotten funded, hopefully in this water bill and the work plan, for the design of those 2 reservoirs. The third priority would be to continue down the road of diversifying the job opportunities here in the county. We've been very successful just in this year alone in working with partners such as the 2 cities and the state, along with our EDC and our schools, that we've been able to create the opportunity for over 2,800 jobs in this year alone, and that's with government involvement. That's not your small businesses that are out hiring and expanding on their own. I think that's going to be a huge priority going through as we try to have more people moving in here, and they're going to be looking for those job opportunities that we continue to diversify.
Okay, so your top 3, the port, the airport, water quality issues, and diversification of the economy. Correct?
Jobs,
Yeah.
yes.
Jobs. Ms. Henderson, your top 3 priorities should you be elected?
Okay, should I be elected to St. Lucie County Commission District 4, my top 3 priorities would be, number 1, working collaboratively with the local government to ensure that we are doing everything that we can to grow responsibly in this community. I think collaboration of all the local leaders are important to ensure that all our residents are thriving in the county. Number 2 would be, we have an issue, a critical issue when looking at our environment. So definitely addressing the issues that we're facing and working with local scientists and environmentalists to ensure that we are doing everything that we can to protect our environment. Figuring out how we can get the biggest bang for our buck, figuring out the best way to tackle this issue that we're having with our water. And number 3, I want to give you some statistics that come from the United Way ALICE data. I read some statistics that said that 71% of our homes in Fort Pierce with children and 40% of homes in Port St. Lucie with children do not earn enough money to securely live. So we need to work towards creating opportunities, great opportunities for individuals, and in addition to working towards creating a living wage in this county.
More specifically that, how would you do that? How would you boost incomes?
Okay, so when we look at our problems, to me, I feel that they all intersect. It's not something that you can just tackle in one area. We have to address all the areas in terms of education, infrastructure, in order for us to invite opportunities into our community. And so they would be willing to come into our community and stay in our community. We have to work on all of these things in terms of creating, like I said, educational opportunities, working on our infrastructure, addressing transportation issues. So all of those things I think would need to be tackled simultaneously in order for us to achieve that goal.
You don't think we're doing that? And this was a question I had from your questionnaire. You said, if we're going to work on creating jobs and ensuring a living wage in St. Lucie County, we would be remiss to not consider how issues related to education, transportation, and the environment will or should affect our plans. We can't think in silos. Aren't we doing this already?
I think we're missing some areas, especially in transportation. I'll speak as an educator. I've had students not been able to attend classes because of a lack of transportation. So I see that we're bringing, this vocational program into our county. I think it's important that we assure that that it's accessible to everyone within the county. So looking at transportation and the expansion of our current transportation would be something that would be important to ensure that everyone in the county can benefit from this.
Is that something Kaiser has addressed with the bus services?
I believe at one point there was conversation with them. We've had them at the campus on several occasions so they could be transparent to the students of what the bus routes are. I'm not sure if they've expanded. When I talk about students not being able to come to school, we have night programs, and sometimes they can't get out there in the evening hours, or maybe they can get there, but they can't get back home in the evening hours. So like I said, whatever opportunities we're creating throughout the county, we have to ensure that everyone that resides within the county, that it's accessible to everyone that resides within the county.
I agree, it's very important, and I think I can think of a case with Career Source, which requires unemployed people to register in St. Lucie West so many times a month. And if you're unemployed and you live in Fort Pierce and you don't have a car, how on earth do you get there? Because until recently there wasn't a bus service. But the bus people were made aware of this shortcoming, and they have responded. I think they're also doing after hours busing as well. But, any responses there?
We also offer free transportation. We're in the second year we received a grant working with our federal government. This is the second year we're in that process.
Okay.
So there is no cost.
Ms. Henderson, what distinguishes you from your opponent?
I had that opportunity to answer that question on the questionnaire. Just briefly, like I mentioned, my parents came into this country in search of the American dream. I had the opportunity to grow up in New York and had the opportunity to see them work really hard and for them to instill certain values within me. One, work ethic. Two, the importance of helping others when you have an opportunity to help others. I believe that my lived experiences as an individual growing up with the background that I just mentioned, in addition to the opportunities that I've had in different avenues, such as criminal justice, United States probation officer, or working in the Department of Juvenile Justice, or a case manager, or an investigator, and now as an educator, I've had the opportunity to touch lives in this county in a way that it allows individuals to be empowered. I just recently went to a swearing in of a student that just graduated from my program, and then a week later I saw her making a stop. That was really interesting. But I've had the opportunity to touch lives, and I truly believe that my lived experiences allows me to connect with our community members, like I mentioned earlier, and our local agencies.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Hutchinson, what distinguishes you from your opponent?
I'm going to answer that question different because I think each one of us stand out alone on what we can and can't do. And so I don't think comparing us is the right way of doing it. What I'd like to say is I'll answer it with the question of what makes you a better candidate. I think my proven experience in leadership on the past 8 years, it shows the ability to not only address the issues that many of them are concerned about. Again, you know, you look at the track record on where I have voted for and supported. I've stayed with not increasing taxes. I know how that affects, especially as property rates go up. There's an automatic increase that comes into play. That the county continues to live within a budget that it has. We continue to lower that each year. I also know that the issues affect each individual family throughout the county. And when I mentioned earlier that all the issues are important, it doesn't matter to me if you call, and today I'll say a success story, an elderly lady calling that she had a ramp on her home and couldn't get into her home without it. That was cited in code because the ramp didn't meet code. So all it took was going and talking with the staff and dining away without changing the rules so that they're not abused of how can we help and address these issues. So these are things you don't see at a board meeting of what a commissioner actually does. And when doing so, we were able to have a staff member who was qualified as an engineer actually design plans so that anyone in the future who needs to put a handicap ramp on their home can get into their home with no additional cost, then these plans would be provided to them. And today, because she was a widow of a veteran, they are actually, there's a veterans group that has gotten together and is actually installing those ramps on her home today. So it's little things like that that you find out that this is what affects the community. I can tell you that when I get a phone call and come out and look at the drainage in my neighborhood, they're not asking me if I'm Democrat or Republican. They're asking me to come do the job that they voted in as a commissioner to come do. And that's how each issue that comes before the commission should and needs to be addressed in that way.
Okay, thank you. All right. We tried
Y'all
this.
aren't done
We
yet,
tried,
I
no,
can
no, no. This is the exciting bit. Not that it hasn't been exciting so far. We're going to have a lightning round of questions, and you have a maximum. We're going to try this. A maximum of a minute each to answer. And this time, Ms. Samples knows what we're going to do ahead of time. Not sprang it on her live.
Who's the timekeeper? So I can do
She
the
did
time.
pretty well last
Okay.
time, but
I
now.
winged it, now I'm a pro.
Yeah, she's got it now. So where are we at? Who's on first? Is it
Back to Frank.
Randy? Yes. So we're going to go through a list of county achievements over the last 12 months. This comes from a report by County Administrator Howard Tipton, which was given when you were looking at the budget back in July. And I'm going to ask you, do you disagree with any of them? And if so, why? So the first one is the port. Was it a good buy at $25 million, or should it have been put on the private market instead? Is it going to be a tax burden? Is the Board of County Commissioners, I know you're not allowed to tell me which choice you're going to make on Monday afternoon, but is the Commission poised to make the correct choice? Do you feel you have enough information? And was it a good idea to use an internal staff committee to rank those proposals rather than hire an outside consultant? All this in one.
All right, then I'm going to talk really fast and follow with me. First off, some of your questions I'm not going to be able to answer due to a code of silence that the county commissioners are under, and I think you knew that ahead of time.
Well, that's who you're going to choose, but
No, but if we can't go into a lot of the details either. With that being said, was it a good investment by the county? Yes, in my personal opinion, and as a county commissioner, I voted in support of it. My reason for that was on account of it is set there waiting for the private side to make and develop it for, I'm 62 years old and I've been waiting for 62 years, and I'm sure there are others that have waited longer. So yes, I think it's the way that we can get infrastructure in there that the private side, due to the cost, may not have been able to do without the help of the county. So yes, it was a good decision to go out for an RFQ, if you will, and request qualifications, asking for the private side, what can they bring to the table, and will it fit in with the dreams and the hopes of all the St. Lucie County residents.
do you have anything else you want to add?
Is that
That's a
one?
minute.
Okay, all right, Ms. Henderson. Port, was it a good buy? Should it have been put out in the private market? And choice of operators and how they were ranked.
For my
Saying that the final decision is with the county commission on Monday.
Right. I do believe that it was a good buy. The community is excited about this. I haven't read any information to indicate that it was not a good decision. I'll be interested to see what the county commission does next week, on Monday. But I have no reason to believe that it wasn't a good buy, and I'm looking forward to the opportunities that it will bring to our community.
Okay.
That just correct something on both your parts. I believe it's October 2nd, and I don't know what time this is.
Sorry, Tuesday. Tuesday. That's
Okay, okay. Yes, that's why I was making
It's
sure.
going to feel like a Monday, but it's Tuesday. It's 2 p.m.
We'll have a commission room filled with people waiting.
Yes. Yeah, you think that?
That's why I wanted it corrected.
All right, let's move on to the airport and Ms. Henderson. The county also has pretty big plans for the airport, but they seem, to me at least, to be moving at sort of a very slow pace. Are you satisfied with how fast things are moving out there? And I watched a presentation by the airport director the other day that they're still backing, looking for passenger service with the Bahamas, when our nearest competitor to the north in Vero Beach, that's the last place they're looking for passengers, and they've been very successful. Are we doing the right thing?
What's happening with the airport again is something that the community seems very excited about. Like I mentioned, I chaired the Department of Homeland Security program. So many of our students that graduate from the program, once they've graduated, sometimes they have to leave the area to go find employment. So I think it's a great opportunity that's going to be available here, right here in our county, where individuals can stay and obtain employment. Are they moving at the pace that they should be moving at? I mean, it sounds like it's moving in the right direction, and it's giving people the hope that it will create new opportunities in this community. So as it stands right now, I'm excited. I'm excited for our students. A lot of time we lose our good talent, our great talent, and to other communities, to other counties, to other states. So having the opportunity here in this county makes me really excited for our graduates and others.
Good timing, both of you. All right. School resource officers and armed or extra security personnel in our schools. How are we going to pay for them? Right.
Well,
And should we get the Guardian money back?
St. Lucie County has worked very hard with our school district along with our sheriff's department and Port St. Lucie and Fort Pierce law enforcement. And for the past 10 plus years, the county has funded the school resource officers within the schools with very little coming from the school board. So this was not a new surprise when the state passed down this unfunded mandate. There was very little funds that were given because they were spread across the state to every school district. So of course the trickle-down effect is not a whole lot of money. Once again this year, St. Lucie County came to the table. The school board did use the funds that they received and put towards it, along with the city of Fort Pierce for the first time in a very long time is actually looking at putting 3 law enforcement within schools within their city jurisdiction. Port St. Lucie's remained at the table, so this year we pulled it off, and I'm proud of that. I'm even prouder of the fact that we had a sheriff who, before the mandate, excuse me, actually came to the table and put law enforcement in every one of our schools. I'm watching your clock. Next year.
I forgot to start it.
Oh, man.
And we'll delete all the coughing out of it. So you got another 15 seconds.
Okay. The next coming year, we're hoping the state, unfortunately, did not use the guardianship funds and allow that to trickle down to local school boards. And those funds were originally earmarked more towards ones that you paid to have armed citizens and or school teachers or security there. And if you did not do that, you had no access to those funds. They have not changed that rule even at the request of the governor. So therefore, the county is working with the school board and will continue to do so. The school resource officers, unfortunately, in this day and age, they need to be in there for protection of our kids.
We won't run the clock on your answer.
Thank
Ms.
you.
Henderson, your views on more security in schools and how do you pay for it?
Absolutely. Security at schools is absolutely necessary. How do we pay for it? I think, number one, before we start talking about how we pay for it, I think we should go back to what I mentioned earlier, is collaboration. Collaboration of different agencies coming together and realizing the importance of the security in our schools. So collaboration with the agencies, number one, but also collaboration with the county and school board. That's been one of the biggest things that I've talked about. As county commissioner, I would like to do is collaborate with different agencies to figure out how we can assist them, how we can aid them. What we have in place right now is great, and I think we need to continue to research what else we can do, how we can be strategic about placement of law enforcement officers in our schools, and but more importantly, I think it's important for the county commission to support the school boards in funding our school resource officers.
In response to that, do you think that the county doesn't support the school district?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, for the past 10 years, Lucie County's been footing the bill for our school resource officers. I don't see that changing.
Henderson, as you know, we're going to have a sales tax referendum in November, adding 0.5% to the sales tax. So first of all, these are separate pieces to the same 60-second answer you've got to give me. Are you a supporter of that for infrastructure, for roads, sidewalks, and cleaner rivers? And also looming on the horizon, also in November, is Amendment 1 on the ballot, which increases property tax exemptions at certain high levels. Let me give you a scenario here. If the sales tax fails here and the property tax exemption goes through, St. Lucie County could be $8 million short. What are we going to do? Is there a plan B or should there be?
Is this a minute?
Yes.
Whoa.
You get an extra 5 seconds for that.
I definitely support the half-cent sales tax. Number one, because the responsibility is shared. It's shared with our visitors in this community. It's needed. I mean, what this money is slated for in terms of our infrastructure and water quality projects is something that's necessary in our county. So for that reason, I definitely support that. And being that it doesn't lay, the burden doesn't rest solely on community members and homeowners. In terms of Amendment 1, the property tax exemption, I don't, that is not something that I necessarily support because I feel that it will affect the revenue that will come into this county. And that may affect us in the long run. So I think that every decision that we make, we have to not look at the present, but look at how it will affect us in the long run.
Are you done?
Well, yeah.
I mean,
She's a rule follower.
yes, she is. You should have you at some of these meetings with the red and the green lights. Most people don't pay any attention to them.
She's a teacher. She knows
Yes.
what they are.
Franny, sales tax and property tax exemption.
For the record, I'm going to be answering this question as a candidate, not as a county commissioner, because I cannot say how to vote on
that's right.
the tax, on the 1 cent or half-cent. So as a candidate, yes, I am in support of the half-cent sales tax. It is one that the voters will decide. It is one that is time limited to 10 years. It is also one that is strictly laid out to be spent on very specific projects within both the Port St. Lucie and Fort Pierce, along with the county. There are individual citizen groups within each of those jurisdictions that will be reviewing the projects to make sure that they're done, that they come in on time, and that what we said we were going to do with those tax dollars will be done. It is also protected by the state law in regards to you can't spend it on anything else. So it does take 60% of the voters to move forward with that. there's so many
50,
amendments, it's
50
50.
plus one.
All right, 60% is the amendment one, which I'll get into. Can I keep going?
Yeah.
Okay. Amendment one, if, I would encourage anybody to go to our property appraiser's website, who on there you can actually type in your address, and it will tell you if you get anything at all of that additional exemption on your property that's slated. Only at this present time, only 27% of the homes within St. Lucie County would actually feel the effect of that additional exemption. So thereby, in my opinion, you've got the majority of our residents will feel the effect of that $8+ million lost to our tax revenue.
Should we have, real quickly, should we have a plan B in case that?
You've been listening to too many of my meetings because I'm always saying, where's plan B? Yes,
Yeah.
and the county is working on it.
It's not mentioned here. Is there one, do you know?
We are actually been putting money aside for the past several years, since this was not the first time this amendment has been introduced by the state. And for that rainy day figure, if you will, we have been each year putting $2 million aside in, not anticipation, I wouldn't call it, but in the event of, this going through.
Let's stay with you. Brightline. What are your thoughts on that? And are you excited about the possibilities of a station?
Twofold. As a county commissioner for the past several years, this is not a new issue. It's been one out there for many, many years that Brightline's been looking to come through our community with little to no regard to the effect it has on this. We have worked very diligently with them, along with actually going into lawsuits and into mediation in regards to many of the environmental issues involved. As you come through our county, St. Lucie County, the safety issues at each of the crossings as they affect not only the unincorporated, the city of Fort Pierce, along with St. Lucie Village, to make sure that they are safe. The last set of drawings that I've seen, it appears that many of those items are now being met that we have brought to them, whether it's a four-way quad crossing, pedestrian crossing, safety issues coming into play. The drainage issues have been things, I'm sorry.
Okay. Ms. Henderson, thoughts on Brightline? Is it going to are we going to be safe? And does the possibility of a station sort of trump any safety issues or concerns?
So, when looking at Brightline initially, there's two sides of it, right? So initially it was being presented that this train was going to run through our county at speeds of 100 miles per hour or more, and the safety risk that it would pose to our county, our environment, our wildlife, human life, with no benefit to the county. But now we're learning that there's a possibility that there may be a station here. It's good to hear that they've addressed some of the issues that were put to the table. I would be interested in learning more about what types of jobs and opportunities this possible station would bring to our county. Because before not long ago, we were only just talking about this train running through our county with no benefit to our county. So I'd like to see more about what they're proposing and bringing to our county.
I think they say the word construction jobs, and we also have a railroad tie plant in Fort Pierce, which I think is intended to do that. But the proposal of Fort Pierce would, if it all works out, Brightline might become a property developer and bring a hotel, shopping, and so on. Any thoughts on that, real quick?
Jobs and possible careers in the community is always something that we need. We just have to ensure that we're doing everything that we can to make sure safety is, we're doing everything to protect our residents and to protect our environment and to protect the wildlife that's here. So ensuring that we have something in place for that, there's twofold. We have to have responsible growth, right? We don't want to ever stop progress, but we have to ensure safety is number one. But in terms of bringing a hotel and bringing opportunities here, this is something that the community, I'm sure, welcomes.
Yeah, they did. Any other board members got questions?
sorry. Can you just summarize your position on what role the county should play in the Indian River Lagoon crisis? You touched on it earlier, but could you just summarize what you think the most important tack is for the county to take? We'll start with Ms. Henderson and move to you, Commissioner Hutchinson.
I think the role that we should play, number one, is to continue to consult with scientists and continue to consult with environmentalists to figure out what we need to do to impact this issue and what we can reasonably do to impact this issue. We need to fund projects that research and projects that deal with our environment. But we definitely have to continue to figure out how we can attack this multifaceted issue, because it's not a single issue. I've had an opportunity to talk to some scientists and environmentalists and really trying to understand what can we truly do at this level. And there's different suggestions on both sides, but I think we should really explore what we can do financially without having a huge impact on our residents financially. And just really listen to people that have the background in this area. Consulting with them at all times and making the best decisions for our community.
Is this a minute timed also, or just a minute?
More flexible than
All right, because I'm going to take up more than a minute. The role of the county with the Indian River Lagoon. This is an issue that is multifaceted, from a lot of different founding member to the 9-county coalition, which is now presently made up of just about every county within South Florida water management. And this was years ago, when many of us may remember that the lake had actually dropped like below. The docks were hundreds of feet in the air, it seemed like in the pictures. And, you know, all of that water had come running out into our lagoon, and we had the algae outbreaks back then. So this is not a new issue. It's one we've been fighting and trying to get the federal and state government to get to the table to address because of the effects on homes. From a county's perspective, as I mentioned before, short of we don't get the discharges within St. Lucie County per se out of the lake, but we get the effect of it because, as many of us know, the lagoon runs many. So the county has focused not only on just partnering with Martin County, Indian River, Okeechobee, and all the surrounding counties, and we meet on a quarterly basis with the Army Corps, with South Florida, along with all the different scientists that have been out there in bringing their programs to the city together. And as one voice, we go to Washington and we go to the state to get our legislators to fund projects that we know are proven, such as the 10 Mile Creek Reservoir, the C-44 reservoirs that we've had in the past. That league stands together. On the local level, we are addressing a lot of our stormwater within our neighborhood, because as many of us know, when you look at those canals and the way they run, a lot of those projects filter into, you know, if you're on the north end of the county, they filter into Taylor Creek, which makes a direct drop into our lagoon. If you're on the other end of the county, you're coming down the C-23, 24 into 10 Mile Creek, 5 Mile Creek, into St. Lucie River, the way they flow.
And well, can I ask you to wrap it up now?
Okay, so a long story short, though, the county's role is really to clean up our own basin before I can continue to keep asking the federal and state to do their part. I've got to be able to say we're doing ours.
Thank you. Back to you.
All right. Any other questions? Okay. Well, we're going to ask you to wrap it up. So I think this question is your first. The high points of why people should vote for you.
First off, thank you again for giving us this time this morning to talk with you, and then more importantly, on the ability to bring this story out to the public so that they can make a very educated decision. Why vote for St. Lucie County? For Frank Hutchinson. I think I just said it, because St. Lucie County, like you, is my home. And it is where I would want to build a future for all the other generations. This isn't about me. you, and I stand by that commitment today. The issues are about you, and I'm your voice in St. Lucie County Commission.
Thank you. Henderson.
Why you?
Thank you for this opportunity today. Why vote for me? St. Lucie County has been my home for 15 years. The issues that impact residents of St. Lucie County impact me also. I tell people all the time, I'm running for your family and I'm running for my family also. The county has done good work, and I would never take that away from them. However, there's a lot more work to be done. I gave you some statistics today about individuals that can't securely take care of their family because they're not making enough money. Those individuals are people that I've been talking to every day that say that they need someone representing them and speaking on their behalf and advocating for them. My job, my career path, I should say, has always been in advocating and helping those. And I would do the same exact thing. I plan to be that county commissioner that's transparent, that's looking to collaborate with our community members, and to do the best work that we can to ensure that all our community members are thriving in St. Lucie County. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you both.
Thank you.
And that wraps it up. And good timing. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.